Welcome to The Project. Tonight, a nurse at the centre of an anti-Semitic video has been taken to hospital over mental health fears. Emergency services rushed to Ahmed Rashad Nadir's home last night with concerns for his welfare. He remains in hospital. There's been blustery conditions for the PM in Wollongong today in more ways than one. Anthony Albanese was trying to pay tribute to a retiring MP when wind farm protesters interrupted loudly, annoyed at a nearby proposed site for offshore turbines.
We don't want your wind farms, you don't want them off your property, get out of here.
I'm very good, thank you.
People say the same thing at my gigs. What I do with my own wind farms and mansions is my business.
And in breaking Valentine's news, turns out love may not be dead, guys. Reports rapper Kanye West and Australian wife Bianca Censori had split have been denied by the controversial couple. West and Censori turned many heads last week at the Grammys with a truly naked nude look from the 30-year-old from Melbourne. The couple has been married since December 2022. And just in case you thought you had a tough day today, at least you didn't get eaten by a whale.
You don't know me.
I am assuming. Adrian Semenkis was kayaking off the coast of Chile when a whale's mouth opened up beneath him and almost very nearly swallowed him whole. A bit like those big wormy things in June. Now, clearly not to the huge humpback's liking though. Adrian was spat out several seconds later.
Yes, at first I thought I had died. But when I got out, I figured that it was probably out of curiosity that the whale had approached me, or maybe to communicate something.
Welcome to the show on your Friday. We are coming to you from proud Boonwurrung country and on the lands of the Kulin Nation with me, Rovik Mattis, Georgie Tullian joining us tonight, comedian, writer, actor and TV presenter Alex Lee.
Welcome, lovely.
So, how was your day?
Great to be here. Great to be anywhere that's not inside a whale. Feeling grateful.
Can you imagine though, this is one of those stories where I have this weird bit of jealousy because how cool to almost get swallowed by a whale.
Or insulting to go, oh, am I not good enough? I mean, I bet he's regretting that krill cologne that he put on.
What's crazy about that is that was the son who got swallowed and the dad was filming it. And it's like really good footage. Like, not a wobble. He's just like, yeah, stay there. I got to get the shot.
Yeah, make it work. Doing great, sweetie.
I got to get another angle. Go back in. Go back in.
If I said to you, you could be in a whale's mouth for 3 seconds, would you take it?
Both hands in the air, yes.
Okay.
100%. If you can guarantee that I'm not going to die.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
No, you can't fit down their gullets. I looked it up.
What? Really?
Yeah. No, they're very small.
This is the level of investigation that I knew you would bring.
That's right, to them, a hard-hitting
A
journalist.
whale's gullet is so they can only swallow krill.
Yeah.
And small wooden boys.
Little boys.
Hey, here's some newsy stuff because residents in WA's Pilbara region today remain in lockdown after tropical cyclone Zelia made landfall. Thankfully, this morning is a slow-moving Category 4 storm. The system was downgraded from a Category 5 as it crossed the coast, and the town of Port Hedland, which is just one of the communities being lashed by heavy rain and wind gusts of up to 270 kilometres an hour. But one of those residents is the Hedland.
People remain indoors until the warnings change on Emergency WA. Conditions after a cyclone can be just as dangerous as the cyclone itself, including damaged buildings, fallen power lines and debris.
Despite all that, we have one of the residents, which is the Hedland SES deputy and also local hostel manager, Barry Harrison. He is joining us live now from the storm. Barry, what is it like right now?
Yes. Hi, Ray. It's blowing its head off at the moment, lots of sweeping rain. I think it's fair to say we've dodged the proverbial with the cyclone moving to the east, and it's obviously moved away from Port Hedland. And that's going to be good for us. We've missed the eye. We're getting, certainly, as I said, we're getting lots of wind and rain at the moment, but hoping for the best. As you can see behind me, there's lots of trees down there. We've currently got about 30 jobs on our books, which we won't be able to start until tomorrow once we get clearance to go.
Yeah, and this is with it being downgraded as well. How much damage has it caused already, though?
Yeah, so pre-Cyclone Road last night, we had done about 6 or 7 jobs with trees coming down. So we've had a lot of rain in the past week, or actually since Tropical Cyclone Sean, we've had a lot of rain. So that's softened up the ground. and you get the extreme winds and the trees just fall over up here in the Pilbara. So we've done quite a few of those, and I know looking behind me and down the street and from my colleagues' reports around the town, there's a lot of trees have fallen on cars and houses. So we'll get to that at some stage.
Well, lots of work ahead for you. Now, you manage a local hostel. Where are all the guests currently?
Yeah, so I run an Aboriginal hostel for the government, so we've moved them into a mix of locations. Some have gone to the evacuation centre and some have gone home to family and friends. So, yep, they're all safe and tucked up, and we've been checking in with them to make sure they're okay.
How is the broader community doing, Barry?
Look, the community has been quite nervous about this one. You know, they haven't had a catch fire for a long, long time, and we've issued about 8,000 sandbags over the past week, which has been great. They're taking up that opportunity to secure their houses and stay safe. So we're hoping for the best, to be honest.
Well, Barry, we hope for that as well. Stay safe, and thank you so much for joining us.
No worries. Thanks for having us. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, nowhere near that extreme,
Okay.
but Victorians were also being warned about wild weather, which
Yeah, okay.
kind of used to anyway.
Yes.
But late yesterday, they had a cross. Of course, you've got to put a news person out there.
Yes.
And it also gave one bloke just enough time with the warning to run an important errand before the storm hit. He was in the background. You can't miss it.
Okay.
Here he comes. Important work to be done.
Yes, just checking out the vibes of the water, maybe. Here we go.
Cleaning
Something up.
Cleaning up the weed.
Yeah. He knows what he's
all
doing. He's
good.
being helpful.
Or preparing for a good time.
You can see the light bulb moment. Look
In
at
case you missed it.
that beautiful woman from the deep just appeared out of nowhere.
I can't believe he went out of shot before we saw him make his seashell brassiere. How very disappointing.
Oh, I love that. Do you know what? I think that you would do that. Was that you?
I was thinking. I was in his ear the whole time going, they can't see you, get closer to the camera, get closer to the camera. Is he behind me? Is he behind me? He's not behind me. We'll be back with more romantics after... Hi, cameras. Hey, welcome back to the project. Did I mention earlier that we have Sushi Mango on the show? Here. All of the mangoes.
Yeah, we're going to squish up and we're going to
The
have them all
mango
here.
monarchs,
They're all
you might
here.
say. I'm just adjusting a cable.
spoiler.
Calm down. I know it's Valentine's Day, but calm down.
Let's get into some news as well now. And Sydney's Daily Telegraph has been accused of staging a media stunt to catch out a restaurant that supports Palestine. The owner of Cairo Takeaway in Newtown alleges his staff were targeted by a hidden camera setup. It appears the idea was to send in a Jewish customer to provoke them into saying something inflammatory about the Gaza conflict on tape.
We are a small corner restaurant in Newtown that is proud to stand in solidarity with this community, which is why I believe we were targeted and harassed by a male on Tuesday.
And in truly comforting news, scientists have confirmed that dessert stomach, where you find more room for a sweet treat after a big meal, is actually a thing. It turns out the same part of our brain that tells us we're full also triggers sugar cravings. Researchers say from an evolutionary perspective, sugar is rare in nature, so our, quote, caveman brains are wired to get it where we can. And this has absolutely stunned me today, this story, because one, should have known, love a sweet treat
Yes.
at any time of the day, but you don't.
I'm not.
You
No,
don't
my
possess
caveman
this.
brain was like me not know what Viennetta is. I don't.
You don't
But here's the
have
thing.
it.
I don't have a sweet tooth. Like, truth be told, when we came out before the show, we get little snacks.
Some little lollies.
There were lollies. And I was like, I don't need the lollies.
Yeah, Alex and I. Oh,
But if
lollies.
I was out
Yum.
to dinner, I will partake in dessert. Of
Yeah.
course I would.
Yeah.
So you'll partake, but out of manners.
Yeah.
Not a caveman instinct.
No, I'm like a whale. I eat it and then blurp.
Not for me.
And a little Chilean man is on top of it. It's so weird.
Good, good. See, this I approve of, though, because I'm that person at dinner, and when you're with people and it's like, oh, should we get dessert. And when people go no and you're like, yeah, no.
But don't you hate it when people are like, oh yeah, let's share, and you're like, I didn't want to share. I wanted a tiramisu for one.
No, for one. They're in only one little piece. You can't share. There's not enough.
We got to go out for dinner.
Yeah, okay. Insights. We're learning things. Now, have you ever promised someone $1,000, accidentally emailed a bunch of people in your contact list, and now they all want you to give them $1,000? No? Well, you're doing better than one local dairy company that's now on a lot of hot coffee. Rove has more.
It was an iced coffee promotion like any other.
Grab a dare for your chance to
win a share in up to $1 million.
Dare merge and other things in the way.
And one lucky entrant was stoked to find they'd won a share.
This morning at 11 a.m, I got an email saying I'd been chosen as this week's provisional winner of a $1,000 gift card.
But then, cue melodramatic sound effects.
Come 4 p.m, I get a follow-up email saying the following.
A technical error occurred, and upon review, we can confirm that you were not a valid winner in this instance.
Pretty soon, other people were saying the exact same thing had happened to them.
We'd already spent it in our heads. Crying emoji.
Legit, me too. So upsetting. Same crying emoji.
Doesn't feel right to continue to support Dare when the response to my win being rescinded has been so cold-hearted.
This is a very large mess. There are plenty of iced coffees out there, and if you annoy tradies about their iced coffee, they can switch brands. And that could be a multi-million-dollar mess. And this probably is.
Dare blamed an unexpected system malfunction with the third-party provider, saying it's actively investigating the cause to ensure it doesn't happen again. Oh, there's a bit of room in the corner. We reached out to Dare for a comment. They told us...
Congratulations, you've won $1,000.
Oh, sorry, wrong email. Oh, here it is.
We can assure you that this is an isolated issue that has only impacted a very small portion of our Dare customers, and we are in the process of giving each of them a complimentary $50 e-gift card.
They should pay people out if it will cost them less than $1 million. They'll get a lot of goodwill. They should own the problem. They should send the managing director around in stops on the back of a ute to a few building sites and let people chuck wet sponges at them to say we got it really wrong. And we accept the mistake.
So will a $50 voucher be the 11 spoonfuls of sugar needed to make this medicine go down? Or should Dare just iced cough up the full grand? Melodramatic sound effects!
Ooh, Kim Castle-Young is one of the victims, yes, I said victims, of the Dare correspondence. Kim, take us through what happened when you saw that first email.
I was really excited. I thought I drink Dare coffee all the time. I always enter the competition, and yeah, I was happy I could pay some bills and yeah.
So if you had have got the $1,000, would you have just spent it on iced coffee?
Well, I tend to buy it every week, so it would have gone towards some of it, yeah.
Wow, what else could you have done with that money?
Most probably the power bill, because as we know, power is really expensive. So yeah, I would have put it towards the power bill.
It must have been a big disappointment. I mean, but is there a part of you that thinks, okay, I only thought I had the money for 5 minutes. It was a mistake. I'm no worse off than I was before. Or are you going to go full Aaron Brockovich on this? Not rest until you get justice.
I was disappointed, I think, as many of the other contestants that entered were. But at the end of the day, it wasn't actually in my pocket yet, so I wasn't going to miss it.
Well, I still think you should get all the money, if it was up to me.
I thought you were going to say, I think you should go Aaron Brockovich.
Yeah. Now, Dare says it'll be offering $50 vouchers to anyone who received the email. Is that a fair compromise?
Well, I actually got it and I downloaded it really, really quickly so it wouldn't disappear.
Very smart.
But I honestly think, you know, they told us that we were going to get the voucher. So I believe that they should honour it to the ones that they did email, even though it was an incorrect email or a system error. It was 5 hours later that they actually found that mistake.
Yeah, that's a lengthy amount of time to be sitting there thinking you've got the cash. So, Kim, does this put a bad taste in your mouth and will you be switching brands?
Yes, I think I'll go back to ice break coffee.
Oh, bold claim, Kim.
It is. It really, really
The iced coffee wars begins. Kim, thank you very much for your time on this very difficult day.
Thank you.
Good on you, Kim. All right, we've got to take a break, but we'll be right back.
Everybody's having a great time. Hi, everybody. We're back on the project. I'm shuffling papers. Hey, and coming up, they are officially comedy royalty. The guys from Sushi Mango are dropping by to explain all soon.
Now,
Don't
guys.
guess and yell at the TV. I can't hear you. We'll tell you. You'll be fine.
Now, guys, the weekend smorgasbord of sport is here. So paint your face, load up on carbs, because it's time for... Yes, it's the weekend sporting G-Up. With us is YouTube golf sensation Rick Shields, football commentator Simon Hill, and speed dating extraordinaire Joe Alexander. Rick, I am going to start with you because you're joining us from rowdy Radelaide, and things get pretty wild there. In all seriousness, at the Live Greens, you saw American Patrick Reed get a hole-in-one today. What was that like?
Yeah, it was absolutely electric. The crowd went wild. It was only the 6th tee shot on that hole today, and what a great way to kick things off here in Adelaide.
How would you describe Live Golf fans?
Live Golf fans are energetic. Certainly here in Adelaide, they're so excited to see professional golf being played on their doorstep. I know Australia's been starved of professional golf for so many years, and I feel like the crowd really get behind it. And are very, as the day goes on, I think they're going to get even more excited as the drinks are flowing.
Well, the fans, they are hungry for golf, you are right. And who should we be keeping an eye on, though, for the tournament?
For me, I feel like John Rahm, his game is excellent to play around this golf course, but then also I'm not looking past home favourite Cam Smith. His putting ability is just sensational, and with these greens being so good and the home crowd, I think Cam Smith could take the win here in Adelaide.
He's also a Queenslander, so he has my heart. Well done, Rick. That was the right answer. Next up is Simon. And Simon, look, this year marks the 20th anniversary of the Men's A-League, so I feel like I should be singing happy birthday. But for you, not to put you on the spot or anything, what have been some of the best and the worst moments during that time?
Oh, good grief. I'd need about half an hour to think about that, I think. Seeing full stadiums around the country for grand finals, we're unique in our code of football that we don't have a set venue for a grand final, although we did very briefly, controversially. Yeah. But to see sellouts in Sydney, in Melbourne, in Brisbane, in Adelaide, in Perth, and Central Coast last year, it's something that's unique to our sport. I think largely it's been a success.
So good, and the season is marching on. So what match are you most pumped for this weekend?
Well, at the moment, about 2 hours' time, Melbourne Victory against Wellington Phoenix, because I'm calling it. So Victory is celebrating their 20-year anniversary. I think they've got all the trophies that they've won on the pitch for the fans to have a look at. And they've been one of the great success stories of the competition. So this should be a very interesting one tonight.
Thank you so much, Simon. Last but definitely not least, Joe Alexander from City Swoon. Joe, firstly, happy Valentine's Day. Secondly, what is the key to a good speed date? Because I do know that you have some expertise in this area.
I do. I think the best outcome is when people just put their best foot forward, to be honest. And I'd probably say not too many drinks before the dating kicks off.
So you're hosting an event tonight, but be honest, what's the most disastrous speed date you've ever witnessed?
Well, the most disastrous is probably when we had a couple who were recently divorced and got matched in the first round.
No way, what happened?
Well, they decided they weren't going to kick things off with round 2.
And look, because time is of the essence in speed dating, of course, what's the greatest opening line you've ever heard?
Oh, that would actually have to have come from a lady who said, look, no pressure at all, but my mum's got the wedding menu all planned.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God, and that worked?
Yeah, she was going in hardball.
Oh, my God, absolutely.
Quick question. Do people also celebrate throwing plastic cups if you guys get a hole-in-one?
No, there'll be none of that here tonight.
Good to know.
All right, it's good to know.
I'm out.
Good to know. Well, happy Valentine's Day to you all. Rick, Simon and Joe, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
That was the G-Up.
Love it. Through the big sticks every
Everything
time,
sport.
GT.
Everything sport.
Now, speaking of lovers, in case you missed my interview with Robbie Williams during the week, we had the full unedited version up on our YouTube and 10play channels from 7:30 tonight, unless you're watching this in another time zone, which means it's already out.
You already are very frank with each other, so I'm excited to see what the uncut version entails.
Well, there's a lot that he was asking me that we took out because we wanted to make it about him.
Yeah.
And then I said, hey, more of the meat. No, but yes, it was a lovely catch up.
Yeah.
And yes, we couldn't use it all, so. You know,
Fantastic.
Enjoy. It's like eavesdropping on a conversation.
Love that.
Sounds creepy now.
Well, let's get some more of today's top stories. And Tropical Cyclone Zelia has crossed WA's Pilbara coast east of Port Hedland with wind gusts of up to 270 kilometres per hour. The system has been downgraded to a Category 4 storm, but is still delivering really severe winds and heavy rain. The destructive core of the cyclone missed Port Hedland, but residents are being urged to continue to shelter in place.
We know that with the passage of the cyclone to the east of Port Hedland that perhaps we may not get the damage that we'd anticipated 4 or 5 hours ago.
One of 2 Sydney nurses filmed threatening harm to Israeli patients is in hospital this evening. Police and paramedics were called to Ahmed Rashad Nadir's home last night amid fears for his well-being. He wasn't hurt but was taken for a mental health assessment. He and his female colleague have declined to be interviewed by police. The Israeli influencer who chatted with the nurses has now released what he says is the unedited video with an additional 35 seconds. Train chaos in Sydney again tonight as the New South Wales government failed to secure urgent injunction against work bans. There have been more than 800 service cancellations so far after more than 570 train drivers and guards failed to show up for their shifts. Commuters again paying the price as negotiations with the unions collapse.
I saw a little girl crying upstairs, panicking about a test this morning. So, yeah, it's pretty annoying.
I get the right to take industrial action, but if they want the public support, actually support the public.
And ChatGPT may just be the thing to fix all your relationship problems. Phew! A new study has found that people can rarely tell the difference between couples therapy advice from a professional or from artificial intelligence. And the advice from AI was rated more highly when it came to things like empathy and understanding. I think that this could work.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Okay,
I would give this a go. I mean, like, Robert and I, my fiancé.
It's all fine. Everything's fine.
It is. And we have had couples therapy together before.
With a human?
With a human.
Right.
With a human. And I did enjoy that. But I think that if... I thought it was good. But I think that the AI, I can't see a downside for it, really.
Is it not just telling you everything you want to hear, though? Isn't that what AI would be doing?
Yes, that's why I like it more.
When your therapist is a muscular Donald Trump with kawaii eyes on a vomiting unicorn, you know you're talking to AI.
Yeah. And did you feel like that when you're seeing a human therapist that they might be less impartial than AI, that you're like, yes, they're taking Robert's side in this?
Yes, look, there is that because Robert is, delightfully lovable and people just adore him. Even my friends. Yeah, you meet him for like 4 seconds and friends that I've had for like my entire life would be like, oh, who am I saving first in a fire? I don't know. I'm not sure which one. So sometimes you just, you've got to put his little baby blue eyes away and you can, have the machine tell us what to do.
I just love, a therapist going, in my professional medical opinion, Rob Mills, how could you do anything wrong? Look at that adorable face. And look, speaking of couples, of course, it's the official day of love. So snuggle up on the sofa next to your sweetheart while we take a look at how and what Aussies spent on Valentine's Day.
The 14th of February, the official day of love.
Probably just drink it away.
Just another day as far as I'm concerned.
Eat my feelings away, I think. Yeah, go on and get food now.
Valentine's Day is about connection. It doesn't have to be with big bucks.
But we are spending the big bucks.
I got a little tea dispenser that's in the shape of a pig.
In fact, for the first time ever, we're set to crack $500 million on Valentine's gifts. That's around $160 each. As we wine, dine and Valentine each other.
I spread the rose petals on the street, the entire street where she lived, and I hid like 4 or 5 gifts in the house. That was a special day.
So, who's benefiting most from this financial outpouring of love?
Valentine's Day is great, particularly for those people that are only just starting to date or in that limerence stage, the beginning of the relationship, where you can cement the memories for the future.
And if you'd like to get a fresh Valentine of your very own, Sydney's Haymarket, Carlton in Melbourne and Bentley in Perth are among the country's most single suburbs. Maybe you could loiter there.
Can really start to feel lonely, particularly if you're out there on the dating apps and the years are passing.
I'm going to go get my eyes tested, so that's exciting, see how much older I am.
It's not just about couples and people that are married. Using Valentine's Day as that universal day for love can be a very smart idea for many.
I'm sort of recently single, so for me, the first thing that popped into my mind was just to text my close girlfriends Happy Galentine's Day, which is like a thing.
Bro Valentine's dinner, I guess.
And if despite all your best laid plans, your V-Day fizzled out anyway, never fear, you're not alone. And it'll be a great story one day.
Probably 2 years ago when I got my ex like a designer piece of jewellery and she just didn't get me anything.
Oh my God, that's colder than a cat getting no love from a goldfish, which I was not expecting in that vision. Well, our joint Valentine, Kathy Lett, is here to really bring the love. Kathy, firstly, what are you doing for Valentine's Day?
Well, my boyfriend is cooking me a delicious meal because the way to a woman's heart is through her stomach. That's not aiming too high. And I can't cook. I use my smoke alarm as a timer. So, and then we'll be doing some dancing. Of course, I'm talking about the horizontal tango because, you know, women don't give up sex as they get older. I think they just get old if they give up sex. So that's my Valentine's Day.
Well, remember to leave room in your dessert stomach.
Exactly.
Now we know why you look so young, Kathy.
Oh, well said, well said.
And I don't know if you heard, we're spending $160 each on Valentine's Day. Have you ever spent too much money on a terrible boyfriend?
Oh, well, actually, the most money I ever spent on a terrible boyfriend was getting a flight to Melbourne to go and tell his wife that she was married to a guy who thought monogamy was something you make dining room tables out of. Because, you know, back in the 80s and the 90s, before Instagram and Facebook, it was very hard to find out a man's true story. So often you only found out he was married when you discovered the teething ring in his pocket from his children. So I think that was my worst Valentine's Day ever.
Wow. Well, I guess not wholly unrelated. I mean, given the stats that we saw in our story there, do you think that Valentine's Day could be more fun for singles than for people in a relationship?
Well, yes, look, the world is so full of hate and anger right now. I think however you get your love, let's get it. Whether it's singles, couples, Galentine's Day. A lot of my girlfriends go out together just to share the love, you know, because women are each other's human wonder bras, uplifting and supportive. Yeah. So, but I think it can be a difficult time for single people because the pressure on you to be in a couple. And this week I thought I was going into a hyperglycemic coma and I was about to go to hospital, and then I realised it was just the over-sentimentality and the sweetness of Valentine's Day was just too sugary. So, you know, I think women, yes, it's lovely to have romance, but I think we need equality rather than romance. But a man who treats you like an equal, there's nothing more romantic than that. Don't you think, girls?
I agree. I'm with you. We're each other's soulmates.
OK, well, this is good news because I'm a little bit terrified knowing that your latest book, The Revenge Club, it's around 4 women who are trying to get back at their exes. So is this just a way to ensure that you will forever be treated well on Valentine's Day? It's very clever. It's very clever.
Well, if you do have a cad, a love rat who's broken your heart,
I'm taking
you know, there's
notes.
many sneaky ways you can have revenge. I think put some Nair hair remover in his shampoo bottle. That's good. Or, you know, that Retin-A women use to sort of peel their skin, put it in his moisturiser, a lot of it. Or just turn up his bathroom scales by half a stone. That'll work wonders as well.
Oh, my terrifying.
You know, you were talking about dessert. I think women are drawn to revenge because it's sweet, but totally non-fattening.
Yes, you are so
always
right.
room for that.
Well,
always room for revenge.
There's room for that. There's room for this book as well. Kathy's latest book, The Revenge Club, is out now. Would you please thank our favourite Valentine? It's Kathy Lett.
a good one.
Revenge?
Yes, I'm writing that one down for sure.
Revenge.
Now, it can be hard to know what to get that special someone for Valentine's Day, Rob Mills, can't it? But I know you've still got time. We were talking about it in the makeup room. It's not important right now. But you probably couldn't do much worse than the Queensland Attorney General's husband. Have a listen.
Do you know, my husband is amazing. I didn't receive flowers, but I got a scratchy, which is lovely. But I haven't scratched yet, so I'm saving that to do that with him tonight.
Now, look, I have given many a partner something to scratch about on Valentine's Day, but they have not been very happy about it.
Every woman in the audience just went...
I think she's just
I like it. She
dressing...
was like, amazing. My husband is amazing.
Is that the amount of guys who are probably driving home panicking about getting the last of the flowers from the servo? They could have just got a scratchy, apparently.
No, that's not what women want. We've been trying to tell you what we really want from our partners for ages, but don't take it from me, take it from this zookeeper.
Our young girls are looking for a reliable man that's going to bring nice, juicy insects her way and bring them often.
Yeah, we want romance Timon and Pumbaa style. Those big juicy grubs, isn't that right?
That is it, yeah.
Does explain why my local servo was out of maggots. It really does. It all makes sense now. Hey, well, you're watching The Project, but you know that. We'll be back with more in a minute. But I am contractually obligated. News! It breaks more often and more tragically than the hearts of losers around the world who are still waiting for those love letters this Valentine's Day. Let it go, Brian. It's not going to happen. But regardless, we press on. Here's the rap, stupid cupids. Hey, male dolphins have baffled scientists with their fondness for flipping onto their bellies and urinating an arc high into the air as other males chase the stream with their nose.
What?
I know what I'll be doing in the bath later tonight. Hey, sounds weird, but the animals were later asked by several NRL clubs to join them on Mad Monday. Here's fun. A Norwegian cruise liner has set sail on a cheeky 11-day tour of the Caribbean with over 2,000 passengers, all of whom, get this, will be travelling completely nude. Oh. Got nothing to do with naturism, it's just to keep their clothes clean after the inevitable gastro outbreak.
Cleaner for the wipe.
The Church of England has rejected calls for its Holy Communion to be conducted with alcohol-free booze, saying their wine absolutely must contain alcohol. A spokesperson said it's in line with thousands of years of tradition, and also it fits in with the church's new slogan, Jesus loves breezes. A would-be bank robber in Korea has been subdued by employees and customers at a bank after they realised his gun was actually just a toy water pistol. He had, unfortunately, had the chance to squirt a member of the public. They did suffer a squirt wound. Paramedics worked hard to save him, but sadly he died en route to hospital. Yeah, go on, you want to.
Yeah, it's good.
You want to. It's not that. It's all right. It's cute. It's all right. Turns out weight loss drugs like Ozempic are effective at not only curbing our appetites for food, but for some, it also limits their desire for sex.
Oh, no.
In both cases, patients were heard to say, oh, I couldn't possibly fit another thing in. Okay. You like the other one better? I get it. That's the wrap. Now kiss the person nearest to you.
Yay! I was like, I'm the nearest one.
That just suddenly got weird. When we went, who do I kiss the camera person?
Yeah.
Come here.
Oh, here we go. Oh, no, he's off.
I broke the steak. Mwah. It's like you've kissed Robbie Williams by proxy. It's fun.
The Celebrity Jungle has spat out its last two runners-up, leaving finalists Reggie Bird, Sam Thaiday and Matty J to fend off those creepy crawlies. But it was a record-breakingly close vote, and these jungle delights just didn't quite make it.
Oh, my God. Oh, I just lost a lens.
What are your tips? Yeah. I'm on my own.
Sorry, Max.
Oh, no, come on. Oh, no. Yummy, yummy.
Oh, that was rough. That was
Would
rough.
you please welcome the delightful Geraldine Hickey and Max Bollegde?
Hello.
Oh, you gorgeous creatures. Max, I want to start with you because are you surprised that you lasted as long as you did? With respect, because, I mean, you literally did pass out on the very first task.
I am so shocked, overwhelmed, grateful, all of the above. I did not realise what I was getting myself into, so to speak. And yeah, after I passed out on that cliff on the first day, I thought I was going to end up walking within 4 days. But here I am. I am a changed man. I'm just as scared as everything, but I've got a beard. So.
Look, you both did really, really well, and I'm sure better than you would have expected to do. Jez, you lasted longer than fellow comedian Hughesy, so does that mean you were officially more funny and entertaining than him?
I mean, I don't want to say that, but at the moment, yes.
I'd say it's official, surely.
And Max, you learnt some Aussie slang in the jungle. Can you share some of it with us?
I mean, firstly, I learned it took me about 4 days to learn that Dave and Hughesy were the same person, so that was great. Also, I mean, fair dinkum, mate.
Yeah.
I'm flat out like a lizard drinking.
There it is.
And I'm mad as a half-cut snake.
Yeah. Now, speaking about mad snakes, Jez, you came face to face with a spitting cobra in the TikTokie. Let's have a look at that first.
So sorry to be less emotional about this, but there is a snake up on the roof. But he popped out to say hello. Do you mind if I hop out?
You handled that like a pro. You seem very calm, but I'm guessing that wasn't what was actually going on the inside.
No, on the inside it was a whole different story. But also, I did not know what kind of snake that was until yesterday. Like, I have been blissfully unaware of how close I came to death because it was looking at me. It was looking at me, and obviously he looked at me and went, "Oh, that face is all right. I'll save my spit for somebody else."
It's like, I like that one. I like that one. But Max, how would you have reacted to that? I mean, you're a fair dinkum Aussie now, so how would you have coped?
Let's just say that if it was me in Geraldine's shoes on that day, I think that ITV would have been shut down, Channel 10 would cease to exist because there would have been the first death on either side to get me out of here.
I reckon he would have thrown his warthog under the bus for that one.
Yeah. 100%. There would be no prisoners. Like, oh my God, yeah, nobody would be safe.
Well, the I'm a Celeb finale is on Sunday at 7 p.m. on 10. You can always watch on 10 Play as well. Would you please thank Geraldine Hickey and Max Malende?
Reggie.
Lovely to meet you.
We're going to take a break. More Project coming up. Project. Don't forget the Sunday Project this weekend has David Wenham on the show.
Yes,
Fantastic.
one of my absolute favourites. I adore him. He's one of those ones that's like, I know accidentally I'm his IMDb page, like just in my head, lives rent-free, everything he's ever done.
I thought you meant like you literally are the person who updates
Oh,
it.
yeah, I could be.
Gig.
I'm qualified. I am really qualified. So he is on this weekend. Now, it is seldom that we have actual royalty on the show, truly for a variety of reasons, but tonight is the exception. Right now, we are joined by the newly crowned 2025 Monarchs of Moomba, the Sushi Mango Lads, the ethnic dads themselves, the very regal Johnny, Vince, Sam!
Thank you. Nice to see you all today. Very good, very good.
Should we bow?
Bow, yes, whatever you want to do. It's up to you. Thank you. It's 2025. You do what you like, eh?
Okay. Well, because, you know, with great power, there comes great responsibility. So what's going to be your first kingly decree?
Degree? No, I don't get the degree. I finished school in the grade 2. But listen, I want to say something to everyone here today. Listen, please. Where's my camera? There. This is a very big honoration for us.
Big one.
To be crowned king of Moomba. We was come here in 1967. All our kids was born here. For us, this is a very big honoration, you know. And Melbourne is the best city in the world. Yes. It was a shit for 2 years because because of Dan Andrews, you know, he stuffed everything up. But it's gone now. We're back at #1 and we're good. That's That's it. Eh?
So, Johnny, what does a Moomba monarch actually do?
I don't know.
You know what he does, eh? Yeah, he's got many jobs, many roles to do. Yeah, to be the Melbourne Monaco bar, you have to do the rolls, the prosciutto roll, the salami roll, the cheese roll.
So many rolls.
All the type of roll. But listen, please,
come on. Where's the camera?
to Moomba this year because we have Johnny, Vincent, Sam food truck there.
Whoa.
We have gnocchi food, meatballs. Come there. Once you put their balls in your mouth, it's make you feel very good. Come there.
Big balls. You never believe in the balls we got. Eh?
All right, if we can stop talking about your balls for 1 second. The Birdsville Rally is a big part of Moomba. What does that involve?
It's we get the gun, you shoot at the bird. No, because we get cancelled, you know. The Birdman, we're going to jump off the top of there with the plane.
Are you going to do it?
One of us.
How will you choose?
We choose, we draw salamis, you know. The one who gets the shot, the salami jump.
It's a jump.
We see what's happening. Because me, Sam, Johnny, we see.
We don't know.
We see.
Anyway, we're going to do the chicken man rally. No worry, we're doing the chicken man.
Does one of you have an advantage of having a bigger salami anyway to help you?
Oh, that's me. I go to the biggest salami.
So your salami is like a
Oh, well, not tell anyone.
My salami is to fall off. Sorry.
With respect, can you all swim?
No.
What a great question,
I feel like that's quite key. You know.
No, I'm hope the Bywatcher come in, you know, to save me. But anyway, no, it's going to be very fun. Very fun this year at the Moomba. Huh? We hope to see everyone there.
Yes, everyone get out today. Everyone
it's
come
a
and get
great
out.
time of year. Now, we were showing footage earlier of me with Robbie Williams. You three got to sit down. You were in, looks like you're in his hotel room to catch up with him.
Yes.
How
Look,
was that
see,
for you,
he's in his
Greg?
pajamas like me.
And did he have any idea what was going on?
No, we didn't have any idea what was going on, to be honest. But
I still don't know who he is, this guy.
His name is Roberto. You make a mistake. His name is Roberto.
Yes,
He's from the north of Italy, I think.
Yeah, and he's a movie. It's the Batman movie.
Batman.
Bruce Wayne, sorry. Bruce Wayne. You was interviewing this.
I did. I'm picking up the accent now.
That's it.
Yes, I did.
Was it good? Was you like it?
It was good. Did you kiss him?
No, we're not kissing. But look, look, Prince William, he's a nice, beautiful looking man.
Yeah.
You look a little bit of shit. Sorry.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
You kiss each other, that's all right. You do what you like. Me, I just kiss my wife. She's the most beautiful woman in the world.
Yeah.
She look just like Johnny.
She got the same hair on the face like him at all.
It's not like that. We use the Simon Riser.
The movie is called Better Man. Among you, who's the best man?
Look.
No
Let me tell you something very much. Look, I've got more houses than them, so I'm a better man, I guess.
What about Valentine's Day? Have you done anything today for Valentine's Day? Outside of your regal duties?
We have a tradition, me and my wife. Every year we play hide the salami. Yeah, hide the salami. But not like you think. She hide the salami. I look, when I find, I eat. You know?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but then after I find the salami, I get to my wife and
You've got a way with words. It's like a romance. Do you know this?
Yes. So my wife this year, she get me a very nice present. She get me a map.
Oh,
yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah, it's a nice. So I can get the stuffed. That's why.
Well, to keep up with what the Sushi Mango lads are up to and what their decrees are, please head to the website for all of our details. Would you please thank Johnny, Vince, Sam?
Thank you, everyone. Thank you,